Let's talk weather once again with meteorologist Thomas Patrick joining me here in the studio tonight. Thomas, my goodness, what a day of weather. Thankfully, though, it seems like the worst is now behind us.
Yeah, the worst is definitely behind us, but it is still noticeably windy out there for tonight. But even we had to take our own precautions in this high wind. We couldn't use our outdoor weather center because a lot of that equipment had to be basically brought inside and put away, and I'm sure a lot of you had to do the same at home, even if it was just making sure the garbage can doesn't fly away down the street. We're still under a wind advisory, so it's been downgraded to a wind advisory, but it extended until midnight tonight as our wind gusts will still be around 40 to 45 miles per hour, but not nearly as strong as what they were earlier today. A lot of wind gusts reported above 60 miles per hour, which is what we would consider severe, and that certainly did quite a lot of damage across the region in terms of tree damage as well as power line damage, and usually they go hand in hand. In this case, in Priest Lake, it was the trees that got tangled up in the power lines brought them down. So that was a case that we saw quite a lot of, especially across the region, with a couple 10,000 people or so without power throughout the evening hours. Same story out of Ephrata, as these trees have been pretty much bent or broken in some capacity, at least some of them across the inland northwest. Here's that storm system. What you might notice, how far away it is already. This cold front has been moving at about 60 miles per hour all day today, so as soon as it blasted through, it was out of here, but it did bring a lot of wind along with it. Both before and afterwards, we're still going to deal with mainly like 45 mile per hour wind gusts through midnight, dropping down to the 30 mile per hour range by the time we get to tomorrow morning. But 30 miles per hour is nothing to scoff at. It's going to still be a windy day tomorrow, and it will be quite a lot colder as well. The winds will calm down heading into Tuesday evening and certainly by Wednesday. So that's when we'll experience definitely calmer conditions. But back to normal temperature-wise, low to mid 40s across most of the region for tomorrow, and that is normal in terms of November weather, but it is a lot colder than what it was today. It was almost 60, I believe 57 are high in Spokane today, so quite a lot colder for tomorrow, but hovering around average for quite a few days here. One other thing to note is that later this week, especially Thursday night into Friday morning, could be looking at some snowfall across the region. This is our next weather system that we will be tracking in a bit more detail, especially come tomorrow, because our computer models are a little vague in terms of the rain-snow split, or if it was just all snow Thursday night and Friday morning. But that's what we're looking for. It is the time of year for that, and our low temperatures will be at the freezing mark or much lower, especially in the days leading up to it.
Yeah, my goodness, look at that on Wednesday, 22 degrees for the low. Wow.
Yeah, a bit of a shock, but it's not unusual. We just haven't been there yet.
Yeah, good point, Thomas. Thank you very much.